Something that struck me through this process of trying to understand the Bible and try to understand the deeper meaning of things is who people are. Jesus called Lazarus out, right? And we hear songs about Jesus called me by name. Well, what name? As I started unpacking things and trying to understand what that really means, is that there are people left here in the world. As Jesus said, some people will not taste death until the Son of Man returns. That means some people won't taste death. That means some people won't eat of the fruit that causes death. That's the fruit of knowledge. They won't look down. They won't learn. Because, like Jesus said, when the abomination of desolation shows up in the holy place, according to the prophecy of Daniel, everybody has to leave. Hope that you're not nursing a baby and hope that it's not winter. But if it is, sorry. Jesus said that some people will not taste death because once you put your hand on the plow, you can't look back. You can't return and get your clothes that you left in the house. Lot's wife in Sodom turned back. She looked back. What happened to her? She got turned into a pillar of salt. Preserved forever. If you lose your saltiness, what good are you? But to be trampled under the feet of men. That's what Jesus taught. If that person escapes their prison and gets out of line and does the wrong thing, they're trampled under the feet of men. Do you know why? Because men judge. We're judgmental. We're supposed to be. Genesis 1:26, 1:28, we're supposed to judge. We're supposed to rule. If we're supposed to rule, that means we're supposed to measure. If we're supposed to measure, that means we're supposed to judge. We're supposed to decide. We're supposed to have righteous judgment. But if we don't have righteous judgment, if we judge and somebody's not good enough, then that means we're stuck in prison too. Matthew 18:33-35. We're stuck in prison too. Well, you know what? Maybe it's time that we judge and we make a mistake like the unrighteous steward. And we say, as an unrighteous person, you're free. Because you know what? I'd rather have a friend in heaven than be right here. I don't want to be right here if I don't have a friend in heaven. And you know what Jesus taught us? If we forgive down here, our Father who is in heaven will forgive us. You know what it means in relationship to judgment? It means that if we forgive, and let's say human construct and the traditions of men that Jesus warned us about, the leaven of Pharisees is the puffed up piety. When you're pious, you make bad decisions. That's what Jesus warned about. So what it means to forgive is when we forgive in contrast, in contradiction to the traditions of men, and think of the church, and make no mistake about it, it's the church. When we decide to forgive in contradiction to the church, then that means that God will forgive us. Did you hear that? That's what those verses mean. If Jesus says that when we forgive, Father in heaven will forgive us, it doesn't mean that the men of the earth will forgive us. It means that the Father in heaven, our Father in heaven, Most High, will forgive us. You ready for that? Imagine how our world would change if we could forgive people here. If we could say, you know what? You're good enough for God. Every one of you, we're made in God's image.